Hello and welcome, and thank you for taking time out of your schedule to hang out with your old school networker. My name is Mr. C, and I am your old school networker. Now, my background is pretty traditional. My family said go to school and get good grades so that you could get a good job with benefits, and that particular system didn't necessarily work out for me. I found myself a non traditional student with a family driving tractor trailer. So, when this industry actually found me. That was somewhere around 2002, and so I've been involved in the industry of direct sales through network distribution for a little over 10 years, and I must say that I've done incredibly well. Before we get started here, I just wanted to let you know that everything I talk to you about, I have heard it, I've studied it, I've learned it, and taught it. So I take no credit for what it is that I'm going to talk to you about, but I just want you to understand that if I can learn this information driving tractor trailer, so can you. And what I'm going to be doing is taking you through a series of video trainings on old school network marketing tips, training, and motivation as well. And what we're going to do is we're going to start off with a little mindset conditioning. Understand, guys, that there's a paradigm shift that has to take place. Obviously, we're here because the information that we have hasn't netted us the results that we deserve. So the paradigm shift is necessary in order for us to discover a new realm of possibilities. One of the things we want to do is shake those false theories, and now we want to position you to understand and have accurate speculations about our industry. And so we're going to do that by unlocking the champion in your mind. See, because it's in you, those nuggets are already in you, and we just need to help bring those nuggets out. Now, let's talk about mindset. What is mindset? Well, of course, it's a set of beliefs, it's the way we think, and of course, what we believe and what we think is what determines, it determines our behavior, our outlook, and our mental attitudes. And I want to talk about two mindsets. I want to talk about the fixed mindset and the growth mindset. And understand that in the fixed mindset, your intelligence is static, meaning that it's stuck. You're not going anywhere. You're closed minded. You're limited on the information. But us, we have growth mindsets and where intelligence can be developed. So I want to applaud you for being of the growth mindset, for taking time out of your schedule to learn more about your industry. Rah rah, well deserved. What happens is, the fixed mindset leads to a desire to look smart, where growth mindset leads to a desire to learn more. So therefore, there's with the fixed mindset, there's a tendency to avoid challenges. The fixed mindset, the closed mind doesn't want the challenge, but the growth mindset embraces challenge and yearns the challenge and looking for the next challenge because they're problem solvers, they're resilient, and that's who you are, that's who we are with this growth mindset. The fixed mindset is going to avoid obstacles. They don't want the challenges. I'm telling you, they're going to avoid the issues and try to find the easy, softer way, and they're going to give up easily when it doesn't come to them that way. Where us, with the growth mindset, we're going to persist in the face of setbacks. We're going to keep and we're going to be driven. We're going to go right through the challenges, right through the obstacles, and face what it is that we need to face so that we can have the success that we came here to have. The fixed mindset has a negative attitude about things. They're going to see efforts as fruitless or even worse. They're going to be closed-minded, as I mentioned earlier, and they're going to give up before anyone else. But us here with the growth mindset, we see the challenges and the setbacks as the path to mastery. We understand that the road to wealth is paved with failure. And so we're willing to go through those failures. We're willing to go through those no's to get to the yeses that we came here to get to. You see, the closed mindset is going to ignore criticism and useful negative feedback, where the growth mindset is going to learn from the criticism and the negative feedback. We're going to learn, and as we learn, we become better and better and better. Now, of course, the fixed mindset feels threatened by the success of others, where the growth mindset finds lessons and inspiration in the success of others. And we want to be around successful people because iron sharpens iron, and that's what we're here to do for you. And the fixed mindset, as a result of the fixed mindset, they plateau early and they achieve less than their full potential. But the growth mindset will always ever reach higher levels of achievement, and you'll find that that's how success happens, level after level after level, a bite at a time. And so, of course, the fixed mindset has a deterministic view of the world. They have this fixed idea about the way things are, and so, of course, that's where they stay trapped. But the growth mindset has a greater sense of free will and self-worth and self-esteem and dignity and pride, and they show it in the way that they walk and the decisions they make and the things that they do, and that's where their success comes in at. So that is huge. Understand, guys, in this industry, there's three keys to success. The first key is to be open to new philosophies and understand we got to learn new techniques, new concepts, new ways of doing things. The reality, as I mentioned, is that the information that we have has gotten us to this new point, to this place. So we've got to open ourselves up to receive some new information. Know why you're in this business. Have a burning desire. What's your reason for getting started? I know most of us come for the money, and that's great, but what's going to keep us here when the money ain't enough? I mean, is it a retirement plan? Is it a scholarship fund for the grandchildren, the children? What is it? Is it a new house? Would an extra $1,000 a month change your lifestyle? Would it change your zip code or the school you send your children to, or the car you drive, or the vacations you take? I want you to think about and understand and stay locked and loaded on what your why is, because if your whys are big enough, your hows ain't going to matter. They're going to be very, very easy. And understand it's going to take consistency. I think so many people come into this industry and think they've got to be everything all over the place, and all you have to be is consistent and have a strong work ethic, and depending on what it is that you're doing, maybe 2 exposures a day. Most people get involved in this industry. Matter of fact, 99% of the people get involved in this industry on a very part-time, spare-time basis. And so we don't want to be a burden. We don't want to be a burden in your life. We want to be able to build you into a new life without ever taking away from the life you've already got. You already have. We want to be an addition to what it is that you've been blessed with. And so now, what happens is that there's a learning curve that we all must go through, and we like to call them the 4 stages of consciousness. And the first stage of consciousness we call unconsciously incompetent. And what does that mean? You just don't know what you don't know. There's information, as we mentioned, you don't have all of the information, and so we want to help you get that information. But once you accept that you don't have all the information, then you can move to the second stage, where you become consciously incompetent. Now you know that you don't know. That's where you want to be, right? You want to know that you don't know, and when you know that you don't know, you become open to receive. You become sponge-like. Now you're looking to get the information. You're becoming thirsty. You're getting hungry for new information. But traditionally, the way that has to happen is there's 4 stages of knowledge that we go through. The first stage of knowledge is learn knowledge. I mean, we've got to learn the information. And so every company has a training regimen in place. They have conference calls, different books that they suggest you read, different CDs they suggest you listen to. See, the reality is that what we put in ourselves is what comes out. And so we have to change what we're putting in to get something new and fresh to come out. And then, of course, there's activity knowledge. Once we get the information, put it to work. And these work hand in hand. You see, you get the information, you put it to work, you use the information, then you go get more information, you put that to work. And it flip flops back and forth. Learn knowledge, activity knowledge. And don't be afraid of what it is that you do. If you're going to be shy and bashful or ashamed of what it is that you do, then let me suggest you get out of this industry. Be proud of what you do. This industry has created more millionaires than any other industry in this country. And so be proud, be bold. You want to brand yourself, create yourself, be extraordinary beyond measure. And that's what you want to do. And then, of course, find a mentor. Find someone that has what it is that you want, and let them lead you to the path to success. And of course, we're unlike traditional industry. We want to teach you. We want you to teach everyone everything. Be a trainer at all times. Train your family, your business partners, your co-workers. Any information that you have that you learn about this information, don't be ashamed to share it. Teach to teach, because the learning is in the teaching. And then, of course, now we can move to that third stage of consciousness, which is called consciously competent. We're starting to know the information. Sometimes we need a landmark, a reminder, something to freshen us up, like maybe this PowerPoint or whatever your flipbook presentation may be looking at, just as a reminder. But that's a great place to be. And then, of course, the ultimate place to be is stage 4, which is unconsciously competent. You don't need a landmark, you don't need a reminder. You know everything that you need to know, and it becomes automatic in what it is that you're doing. And success for you at that point is imminent. And so definitely don't sleep on the 4 stages of consciousness. Now, here's the reality, guys. We're going to go ahead and wrap it up, and it's important to understand that what we believe and what we believe with emotion becomes our reality. If we believe it, it will happen for us. And so we always act consistently with what we believe. It makes sense. If I believe this, then I'll do this. If I believe that, then I'll do that. It makes so much sense. So think about whatever your action needs to be. Look at yourself realistically right now. Think about what it is that you need to do. All of these companies have systems in place, trainings available. Find your system, find your training module, and act decisively on it. You see, the reality is that fortune favors the brave. It's not going to work for people who wish it, not going to work for people who think it should work, it's, you gotta do the work. If you do the work, you'll have the success. And then, I just want to share that we all have a turning point. And that turning point generally happens when we made a clear, specific, unequivocal decision that we are sick and tired of being sick and tired of our condition. That's when change happens for us. That's when success will come. Now, here's the deal. Some of us make that decision at 15. Some of us make that decision at 50. But sadly, some of us never make that decision at all. Here's what I want you to understand. Every great plateau or leap in life comes after a clear, unequivocal, specific decision. So my question is, have you reached your point of resolve? Have you become willing to pay the price for success? Here's the deal. Opportunity costs. It's a basic economic fact that in order to get something in life, we must be willing to give something up. There's going to be a sacrifice. What's going to be your sacrifice? Is it the remote control? I don't know. It's different for everyone. So let me leave you with this, guys. Make the sacrifice. Reach that point of resolve. Resolve that you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, and do what's necessary to give your family that quality of life that they all deserve. So till next time, thanks for hanging out with Mr. C, your old school networker.